Hello guys and welcome back to Climbing Daily. On today's show, we've got news from Janja Garnbret in Spain because, as I said last week, she could do a 9C. Hugo, good afternoon.
Hello.
Welcome back.
This is a Hugo.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
8 out of 10.
Okay.
How about you?
That's good enough. 7 out of 10?
Okay.
Just because I'm not having a good hair day, hence.
The beanie.
The beanie.
The beanie works.
Yeah.
I think you can rock the beanie.
Thank you.
No problem. What is this about Janja doing a 9C?
Almost. Last week, Matt asked me what grade can Janja do outdoors? And I was like, 9C, obviously. Instead, she on-sighted 2 8As, and that's our first news story. Janja Garnbret, a name we usually associate with gold medals at competitions, but this time she's in the news because she on-sighted not 1, but 2 8Cs in Oliana. Starting off with Fisheye, a route that was put up by Chris Sharma in 2009, and so far only saw 2 on-site ascents by Jakob Schubert and Stefano Ghisolfi. 2 days later, she also on-sighted American Hustle, a benchmark 8C. And during her time in Oliana, according to Fanatic Climbing, who were there on the scene, she worked on the lower part of La Dura Dura, a 9B+, and managed to stick the dyno to the 2-finger Gaston. So I wasn't far off with the 9C. I mean, 2 8Cs on-site, first female to on-site an 8C apparently. I'm saying apparently because Kasia in 2016 on-sighted another route in Oliana. But it was like, it got downgraded by a couple of people. But it was still an 8C. Anyway, it seems the place to be to go climb 8Cs on-site.
Like for really short holidays.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to like really spend much time on a route, just go to Oliana and you can just on-site stuff. That's the message I'm getting. I mean, I can just go to Oliana and do some on-sighting, and that's what you do.
I mean, it's a really good crag. It starts at like 8A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay, fine. So like just for us normal people, we can go and on-site some 8As.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sure we'll have a good time. 50-meter routes.
It's folks advertising, if you ask me. You know, they're going there and they're on-sighting these 8Cs, giving us like normal climbers the hope that we can do something similar.
You can do it!
But actually, the truth is, we probably couldn't get anywhere near it.
I mean, we can get near it and
go there,
look up in awe.
Yeah, that's
what we can do.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
All right, next up, we've got news from the UK where Will Bosey has been on a rampage. 1 week after making the first repeat of Steve McClure's test piece Mutation, Scottish climber Will Bosey has made the first ascent of Raven Tour's last long-standing project. He's named the climb Brandenburg Gate and given a grade of 9A+, admitting that it's probably soft for the grade, but a 9A+ all the same. Will Bosey's repeat of Mutation 23 years after its first ascent back in 1998 by Steve McClure was met by rapture in the climbing world. But Bosey hasn't let that get in the way of the incredible form that he's in. If Mutation took Bosey 4 years and 40 sessions to complete, the 9A+ project Brandenburg Gate went down a lot quicker, in 8 sessions. Thoughts now turn to what else Bosey can do when he's in this type of form. So William Bosey is in a huge run of form. People, namely me, are comparing him, this dominance, this sport climbing UK dominance, to the likes of Steve McClure's run from 1998 through to the late 2000s, where he destroyed all other UK sport climbing climbers, and was the king of UK sport climbing.
Well, apparently in the world now, because if it does turn out to be the first 9A+.
And the first 9B.
No, that was the clickbaity title from
but no,
Lattice.
like, is it going to be the first 9A+? 1998?
1998, because 2001 Chris Sharma. With,
there you go.
But I guess somebody else needs to repeat it before actually confirming it.
I think so, yeah, exactly. I mean, if anybody's going to undergrade something, it's Steve McClure. The guy knows how to undergrade stuff. I reckon it could well be. I think the idea of a 9A+ is pretty fair from Will, considering what else he's been climbing. He's climbed 4 9As this year, like 9Bs, a 9B+ in King Capella in Spain. That was his first ascent. Yeah, which hasn't been confirmed yet, but I don't know. He's on a bit of an amazing run of form. I'm very, I don't want to say I'm excited. I'm interested to see what he does next.
I feel like Spain season is coming up.
True,
so
yeah,
maybe,
exactly.
More first ascents. Or I feel he's good at this repeats of like an established route, because mutation was an established route, the bottom part as an 8C+. And then he does talk about this route with Tom. And they talk about how the extension, adds on to like this other boulder problem.
When you're saying talking to Tom, what just gives a bit of background on that? What's that
All
about?
right, there's a lattice video which was titled "Is it the first 9B in the world?" Mutation, and it's an half an hour chat with
Tom Randall.
with Tom Randall, who's his coach, and they go through all the intricacies of the route. So I really recommend that. But what Will was saying, it's a solid 9A plus.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Maybe a 9B. Who knows? Maybe the first 9B was climbed by Steve McClure.
Fingers crossed. What's next?
Next, we have bouldering news from Italy. Italian climber Camilla Moroni just climbed her first 8B boulder, Fortunadrago In Varezze. It took her a total of 3 sessions, and on the last day, all the holes were wet, but she dried them and then sent the boulder.
So Camila Moroni, the famous sister of Gabriele Moroni there, she hasn't got...
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
No, as in, I'm pretty sure they're not siblings. Also, he's ginger. She's not ginger.
I mean, you can have a ginger sibling and not be ginger.
I think it's just a really popular surname.
Cousin? Uncle? Aunt?
Well, they're both very strong
Mother,
border.
father? Mother, daughter? Daughter, mother?
It's a bit young.
No, they're related.
They could be related. I mean, they're both really strong.
Are they related?
Are they related?
Somebody let us know. One of our Italian esteemed watchers, can you let us know if they're related, please? Thank you.
What's your next news?
Next up, we got some alpine ascents in Nepal. Slovenian alpinists Nejc Marčič and Luka Stražar have established a new route up the northwest face of Tsoboje, above the Rolwaling Valley in Nepal, as reported by Planet Mountain. Travelling in a team with 2 other renowned alpinists, Marko Petzl and Matija Volontar, the team split into 2, with Petzl and Volontar trying a route on the south face of the mountain, but were forced back by high winds. The other team, consisting of Marčič and Stražar, climbed their route on the north face in alpine style over 3 days from the 28th of October to the 30th, battling high winds, freezing temperatures, and the climbing was steep and exposed. The pair were able to find 2 good bivvy spots as they eventually topped out on the 30th of October. So, I don't know if you know anything about Slovenian alpine climbers.
I feel they're a bit like Russians, just,
Super hard.
super hardcore, have an objective. There's nothing in the way besides, snow and ice, and they'll just conquer it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're pretty hardcore. If you ever met one of them, they're like pretty. I think they probably got a good sense of humor, but they're quite straight. They seem quite straight, but I think like in their own way, they probably have a good sense of humor. But when I've spoken to them, they're lovely. They're really, really nice. Don't get me wrong, but like they are like focused. Focused on their goals. Marko Petzl in particular, of that lot that I've heard of, is a legend. Like some of the sets that he's done is just insane. Like honestly, whenever you see like little GoPro footages of stuff like this with alpine climbing, like trying to do that kind of skill of climbing at high altitude and those temperatures and those conditions, it blows my mind every time.
Suffer fast.
I'm a big fan of those guys. Big time.
Because they do the suffering and then you get to see the videos and you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job, thank you.
And then I get to edit them. It's great. Yeah. But no, it is amazing what they do. I'm always impressed. And especially a lot of what you talk about is like sport climbing, bouldering, and that is obviously hard work because it's training and it's like pushing your body to its limits. But this is doing it in another way.
Yeah.
Like mentally, not just being like not giving up and be like, let's go back home.
Also like mentally draining.
Yeah,
and
big
then
time.
It depends so much on we talk about conditions, whether it's wet or not, and then there it's like everything else.
Yeah. Exactly.
Last bit of news, I've got the 9A Roundup.
I've got something else on it afterwards, but don't worry about it.
All right. French climber Mathieu Bouillon climbed Papichulo, a 9A plus in Oliana. The route is a striking blue streak, and it's considered to be part of the sport climbing trilogy composed of La Rambla and Biography. Down in Spain, Gonzalo La Roja climbed Casca, a 9A plus in Santillana. However, he gave it a personal grade of 9A, since with the use of knee pads, it's a bit easier. So this week we've got it, the 9A Plus Roundup. We've upgraded, I think.
You did it.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I think it's gonna stay upgraded to 9A Plus. So all 9As now will be mentioned if they're monumental, I guess.
All right, so 9A doesn't have that much importance anymore.
Well, no, there was only 9A Plus news this week.
All right, okay.
So they
right.
just stepped it up.
So that's the 9A Plus countdown. Stepping it up another half a grade is Jorge Diaz-Rullo, who's been getting busy in Spain. Jorge Diaz-Rullo has made yet another hugely impressive sport climbing first ascent in Margalef, climbing Café Solo, grading it 9B. He's currently working a route called Café Colombia, which is a much longer route than the aforementioned Café Solo. Café Solo breaks off to some chains before a V12 boulder problem, where Café Colombia continues onto a 6C slab to finish the route. So if Café Solo is a 9B, Café Colombia could probably well be a 9B+, but only future repeaters will be able to tell. The truth is that some of Jorge Diaz-Rullo's first ascents have been downgraded in the past since repeating. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with these two routes. So Jorge Diaz-Rullo, he is a tricky one because the truth is a lot of his routes have been downgraded since the first ascents. So he's done another 9B. Routes of that grade in the past have been downgraded, so we'll see what happens. The Café Colombia thing is interesting because I spoke to Ivan from Epic TV España before, and he told me that it was a 9B+, potentially the longer route, but possibly even a 9C. He said that, those were his words. I'll quote him. Ivan, I quoted you. If you want to go and watch any of Epic TV España's coverage of that route, they've got some nice raw climbing footage of Jorge on Café Colombia. That is up on the Epic TV España YouTube page. So go and subscribe to there if you fancy some Spanish content. Next up.
9B counter.
Woohoo!
So I like Jorge actually because he gives 9Bs. He's very eager to be on our counter. So there you go, 1 point.
He obviously watches the show. What's the name of the guy? I always forget who does the 9B counter.
David.
Hey David, how you doing? Where is it? I haven't seen it for a long time.
I know. Did you listen to what I said last week? That I think I'm just gonna sit down over Christmas holidays and just put it together.
What, is David gone AWOL?
I think so.
David, come back.
I think he has like an actual job, and he's busy with his life, and the 9B counter is a job within itself.
Yeah, especially if people keep climbing 9Bs.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Right, that's it. Okay, so shop stuff. Somebody commented the other day that I'm not very good at doing well, they didn't say they said that I don't like doing the selling stuff.
Do you like doing it?
I don't mind doing it. I quite like getting into the mind of a buyer. So
right.
like, what would they want? And I'm always like, I just want jackets.
Oh,
I like a jacket.
Yeah, and jackets are nice. You cannot have too many jackets as well because there's like one for everything.
True. Yeah, exactly. Like a lightweight one or a big down puffy one.
Or a combo of the two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They got a stuffy, puffy one. They got handy. But yeah. So anyway, apparently there's a restock of high angle women's.
Oh, so we're not talking about jackets. We're talking about climbing shoes.
No, we haven't got the jackets. I am get very excited about jackets, but we are talking about climbing shoes. Right. I spoke to the guys in the warehouse, and they got very excited about there being women's high angles, which is obviously something that they've been asked a lot about in the shop. So if you are a woman and you like high angles, or if you're a man with LV feet, does that count?
It does count.
Is it the same? Like, is a women's pair of climbing shoes the same as an LV? We've had this.
We've had a discussion last week, or for a while. It really depends how the brands market their shoes, right?
Sure.
Because like some brands just market like a woman climbing shoe for a lighter climber, as opposed to a heavier climber. So yeah, essentially lighter climbers and people with narrower, smaller feet. That's better for an LV. A woman's version.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shoe is requested a lot because it's obviously what Janja wore at the Olympics.
Exactly. And now it's back in stock. So if you want to climb like Janja Garnbret, if you want to on-site 8Cs, read the terms and conditions because I can't guarantee this, then go and buy yourself a pair of women's LV high angles. Even if you're a man with dainty little feet, or if you're a woman. I don't really know where to go from there, so I'm just gonna leave it.
Then we have Sea to Summit sleeping bags back in stock.
For the first time in a while, we got some Sea to Summit stuff in stock for all those people that like winter camping.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Oh,
you know, I'm obsessed with like stuff and videos on like winter camping, and you see these guys just trudging off into the snow, setting up camping. No?
Just for fun? No, because they're like gonna climb something the next day,
No,
right?
literally just going camping in the winter. In like, and they just like they get the fire going, and they get in their sleeping bag, and then they get nice and cozy. I like it. I think it's cool.
Right. Comment down below if you're one of those people that.
If you are, go and get yourself a. Well, you don't have to, but that's why he said it. Like maybe I said stuff like this when the guy commented that I don't like doing it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's fine. You don't have to buy in our shop. We don't really mind, just as long as you love us.
And want to support the show, so that's why maybe you should head over to the Epic TV shop.
Trying reverse psychology. Right, next up, media. Have you got any other stuff in the shop that you want to talk about?
No, because
there's loads of Petzl stuff as well, by the way.
Is there? Oh, yes.
I'm going hard in the sale.
I'll do my usual Petzl sales pitch. If you want orange gear and like Alex Megas, because he recently moved to Petzl, get your Petzl gear on.
Nice.
Stuff.
Did you rehearse that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Just
you can't tell.
Drop the voice.
Next up, we've got a film coming out this week. It is a film about a climb in Spain. It's called Orbayu, the film.
Ooh.
You might know it from the Ines. No, not Ines.
Nina Caprez.
Nina Caprez said that it shot video from a while back. That was a Petzl film. This time we got two new guys climbing it. Here's a little clip.
I still remember this video when it came out from the Pooh brothers. They sent the route, Orbayu, and I was also like motivated to try. And it took some years to come back here to this place. I was there with my mind, but the body took longer. And also the abilities to send this route it depends also a lot on the conditions, I think. Because when it's humid and warm and Orbayu, the fog from the sea is coming, then everything is wet. And it's just a destroyer for the skin, and then you have to rest 2 days, 3 days, and then you can try again.
So that's Nejc Kemeta, who's an Austrian climber. He is a very good climber and is a very good film. And it's coming out this Thursday, so stay tuned if you want to see an amazing multi-pitch film.
There's gonna be a link down below to the Epic TV channel, so subscribe to that so you won't miss it.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. And on Climbing Daily this week, we have another video from young gun Theo Blas. He's only 11 years old and he's climbing a N9A HC.
Claret, c'est une falaise historique dans le sud de la France, près de Montpellier. C'est aussi un secteur d'hiver parce qu'elle reste au soleil toute la journée. Chaque hiver, on y va tous les week-ends avec ma famille. Et c'est une falaise aussi réputée pour son engagement et la difficulté de ses cotations. J'ai décidé d'essayer Super Samson parce que elle m'inspirait. C'était une très belle ligne à l'œil. C'était aussi la voisine d'une voie que j'avais déjà faite. C'est aussi la deuxième nuit de C qui est très particulière à cause de son pas de bloc au milieu, contrairement à Gare d'Usure qui est longue et contie.
Right, so if you want to see the full movie, there's a link down below. And about hard sport climbs, last week we released a video on Climbing Daily, a gear show with Stražar about the new Unparalleled flagship low-volume women's shoe. So check out the trailer.
So I am lucky enough to be here with Stražar and Teresa Corti. It is an amazing looking cave, and look, we're here to talk about the Unparalleled flagship. I've got in my hand the red version, which is the men's sort of normal version. You guys have got the low volume flagship. And look, first of all, T, elephant in the room, when we were reviewing these back in Christmas time, you didn't really like this version of the shoe, did you?
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't like them, so I was really excited to try these out, and well, there was quite a change with them.
Well, someone who has been trying them out is Stražar, because you use them in Koronico, you've used them a bit on the World Cup circuit. What do you think of the shoe, and why is it different from this model?
Well, I didn't have such an experience with the regular flagships. I really like them, but the only problem for me was the heel hook. So I was also varying in sizes. The smaller size was a better fit on the heel, but then it wasn't that good for smearing and volumes, but it was great for outdoors. However, the bigger size was great for volumes, but not that good on heel hooks. I always had some air inside. So then I tried these, and the moment I put them on, it was like a perfect fit on my foot.
So that shoe, would you recommend people buy it? Like, just literally switch yourself off from all kind of sales talk. We're just being totally honest. Give us your opinion in 10 seconds.
I really like the shoes indoors. It was the first time I tried it outdoors, but it's super fun on like overhanging routes and on slabs. You can really feel everything beyond the shoe.
Nice.
Oh, and it's comfortable. That's really my biggest takeaway. Like, for a high performance shoe, like, you know, it's downturned and everything. Like, they're meant to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And like, I'm terrorized of like breaking in new shoes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's probably a very irrational fear. But yeah, this shoe was.
A lot of people see like a plastic bag and they're like, nah, I don't want to put that anywhere near my shoe.
Yeah, no, I didn't need to do that. And I got them my street shoe size, and it's a good shoe overall. There will be a link down below to that gear show as well if you want to see it.
Nice. All right, so good shoe for like a intermediate kind of second. Is it like a second shoe after your beginner shoe, or like a third shoe?
I don't know. It depends.
The one after your intermediate shoe.
It depends how quickly you use up your shoes.
True.
I think it's definitely like, I wouldn't get it as a first shoe, like that's a bit much. Unparalleled definitely.
Secondary?
Secondary? Yeah.
Third?
Why not? If you find your size.
How did you size it?
I got my street shoe size.
Street shoe size, okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Nice. That's interesting. And that worked?
That worked.
All right.
Because it was comfortable.
Like it. Emphasis on the comfort.
Comfort.
We like a comfy shoe. Right. What? Right. Comment of the week.
Ooh.
Have you been singing? Is the question. I got a bit of CRAP for not singing when I did my little show. Have you been singing?
We have to sing. Yeah.
We have to sing.
We have to sing.
There's nobody sending in their songs.
I didn't check the email.
Okay. Right. Let's do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Me.
I'm right there behind you.
Are you?
I'm right behind you.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Comment of the week.
Very nice.
Sorry.
What's yours?
You go first.
Oh, really?
I have to find mine.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, let me just zoom in on my screen here. Okay, so Cosmo Steve says, apparently you had a bit of a grading. Have you got the same one?
No.
Apparently you had a bit of a grading chat last week.
Yes, we did.
Sounds riveting. I have the best, Cosmo Steve says, I have the best grading system. The highest grades that exist are 6C and 6C plus. That 7A in your gym, 6C. That 7B plus outdoors, 6C. That 8B plus in Fontainebleau, 6C plus. Burden of Dreams, hard 6C plus. 7, 8, or 9 doesn't exist. So there's no need to feel bad if you can flash some hard routes but struggle on others. It's only 6C. It's only 6C. Anyways. That's good. It's like a kind of script for like an advert. Like, if you want a better life, come to us and we'll sort you out. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, like, don't worry, be happy. 9C doesn't exist. Everything you climb is hard enough.
I like that. I like
it.
Cosmo Steve's suggestion. I like Cosmo Steve's name. Cosmo Steve, you have my vote. I will be following that grading system from now on. Can it stop at 6A? That would be my one. But,
Accomplished. My comment is from John McLean.
The same guy from Die Hard.
I didn't watch. Anyway, he says, Jesus, I got scared when Jonathan showed his right bear paw. Because Jonathan went like, goodbye, and
yeah.
I actually rewatched the episode because I didn't really notice it, but yeah, he has a gigantic hand. Which is what you need to climb like 9B.
Like, whenever I'm filming climbers and their big, massive hands, I'm always just like checking my focal length to see if I'm like, what is going? Like, is this right? Like, it just looks distorted. They've all got these massive, muscly fingers.
Yeah.
They're just about, I don't know how they can't really close their hands.
Well, I have this picture with Adam Ondra. He's like, he has a proper clamp. Just that your hand is kind of stuck like that, I guess.
It's like a row wave. You're always giving a row wave.
Yeah, but you're always ready to crimp.
Yeah, true. Speaking of which, should we say goodbye? That's it.
Goodbye.
Bye bye with a crimped climbing hand.